Did you know that less than 15% of serial killers are female? Though rare, their crimes are some of the most chilling and calculated in history. What drives women to commit such horrific acts? Let's explore. Female serial killers fascinate and terrify society. Unlike their male counterparts, who often dominate the headlines, women who kill repeatedly are seen as an anomaly, an unsettling contradiction to the nurturing roles society typically assigns to them. But the reality of female serial killers challenges these assumptions, revealing cold, calculating individuals capable of unspeakable cruelty. Today, we'll dive into the minds of these deadly women and uncover what sets them apart in the dark world of serial crime. Female serial killers have existed throughout history, from 16th-century Hungary's Countess Elizabeth Báthory, accused of torturing and killing hundreds of young girls, to more modern cases like Aileen Wuornos, the infamous highway prostitute who murdered 7 men in the late 20th century. Unlike male serial killers, who often seek power, control, or sexual gratification, female killers tend to murder for more practical reasons: money, jealousy, or revenge. Some may pose as caretakers, using poison as their weapon of choice, exploiting trust and familiarity to carry out their crimes. Let's begin with Elizabeth Báthory, often called the Blood Countess. Living in the early 1600s, Báthory was accused of torturing and killing hundreds of servant girls, allegedly bathing in their blood in a quest for eternal youth. Though the truth of some of these accusations is still debated, the sheer brutality of her crimes remains legendary. Next, we move to Leonarda Cianciulli, known as the soap maker of Correggio. An Italian woman in the 1930s, Cianciulli believed that human sacrifice could protect her son during World War II. She lured 3 women to their deaths, turning their bodies into soap and tea cakes, which she gave to friends and family. In more recent history, Aileen Wuornos is perhaps the most infamous American female serial killer. Born into a life of poverty and abuse, Wuornos worked as a prostitute along Florida's highways. Over the course of 1 year, from 1989 to 1990, she shot and killed 7 men. Wuornos claimed the murders were in self-defense, though prosecutors argued that she killed for financial gain. Her case continues to stir debate, particularly around the role of her traumatic past. Lastly, we look at Rosemary West, who, alongside her husband Fred, carried out a series of brutal murders in the UK. Together, they abducted, tortured, and killed at least 12 young women, including their own daughter. Unlike many female serial killers who operate alone, Rosemary West's partnership with her equally violent husband made the couple one of the most notorious in British crime history. One of the key challenges in investigating female serial killers is that their crimes often go unnoticed for longer periods. Society tends to overlook women as potential threats, which allows them to fly under the radar. Poison, the weapon of choice for many female killers, can mimic natural deaths, making their murders harder to detect. Law enforcement agencies historically faced biases and disbelief when confronted with the idea of a woman capable of serial murder, delaying investigations and allowing killers to claim more victims. These cases have had a profound impact on how we view crime and punishment, particularly when it comes to women. The legacy of killers like Aileen Wuornos and Rosemary West has forced society to reevaluate long-held assumptions about gender and violence. Law enforcement has since become more aware of the unique patterns female serial killers exhibit, and criminal psychology has expanded its understanding of how deeply personal and complex a woman's motive for murder can. Today, the investigative process is more attuned to recognizing female offenders, ensuring that their crimes do not go unnoticed for as long as they once did. Female serial killers represent one of the most disturbing aspects of criminal behavior. The combination of societal expectations and the cunning methods they employ make these cases particularly complex and shocking. By examining the motives and methods of female serial killers, we gain deeper insight into the human capacity for cruelty and the dark forces that can drive someone to kill. These stories remind us that evil knows no gender. If this video intrigued you, There's so much more to learn about female serial killers and the psychology behind their crimes. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think drives someone to commit such heinous acts? And don't forget to check out our other videos on infamous criminals and their motives. Subscribe for more deep dives into true crime, and together, we'll continue to explore the darkest corners of human behavior.